in pipe, shooting on the Scottish moors in August, German baths in the fall, then the Riviera or Egypt, then country houses, more shooting, then back to London and the races at Ascot again. In 1910, the memorable Black Ascot. The elite arrive wearing black, for their idol, King Edward VII, is dead. His loss casts a shadow, but the elegant play goes on. Long live the King and Queen, George V and Mary of Britain. Some say the new king resembles his Russian cousin Nicholas, but only in appearance. The new ruler is quiet but salty, trained as a naval officer. Britain's vast domain now ranges around the world. This little island has built the globe's greatest empire. Vast spaces divide it, but great fleets of ships hold it together. Now Britain readies her biggest and finest passenger liner yet, the Titanic, symbol of her commerce and leadership across the ocean. Every conceivable improvement has been built into the ship. On April 10, 1912, she sets out on her maiden trip with a brilliant passenger list. British pride rides with her. An iceberg sinks the ship called Unsinkable. British confidence is shaken. For many, these are the best of times, yet for others they seem the worst. The rich have grown very rich, the great numbers have been left behind. Low wages, harsh working conditions, few social services, these breed agitation, strikes, turmoil. Also feel left behind. Factory workers are building unions, but nowhere do women yet have the vote. England is flooded with suffragettes marching in hobble skirts to demand their rights. And Pankhurst is their irrepressible leader. The militance of their movement keeps the police busy. Mrs. Pankhurst marches on Buckingham Palace and is arrested. To many, the suffragettes seem to threaten the orderly structure of society. By now, London is crowded with buses, motor buses. The automobile age has arrived, with it the traffic jam. With the exit of the horse and carriage, exit also a leisurely way of life. A new force of another sort is rising restive Germany. Just before 1900, the Kaiser's chancellor prophesied, in the coming century, the German people will be either hammer or anvil. Now is he building weapons. For new trade, power, Britannia rules the waves, but Wilhelm is out to rival it. Maintains its lead afloat, but as only a small land faced Wilhelm's host. The king's cavalry maneuver. Meanwhile, Russia's suspicions and ambition. The Tsar toughens up his vast army too. Willie and Nicky are not the friends they were. captains reflect the rising tensions in their play. Europe becomes the scene of conflict, the Balkans. The great powers stand poised on the sidelines as two local wars break out there within 3 years. The Archduke is assassinated at Sarajevo. Europe grabs for the news. A Balkan hater of Austrian rule, a Bosnian Serb, has committed the deed. Austria mourns its heir and demands that all Serbia humble itself. 1814. Most of the elite of Europe are away at beaten. But in Russia, there are ominous movements. Russia isn't going to have a Balkan nation trodden down by neighboring Austria. The army is mobilized against Austria. For all the soldiers know, as they join the colors, they may find themselves fighting Germany, too. With the Kaiser. There's still a slim chance for peace, but he is committed to his war machine, and his war machine to war. So he orders his armies to march, and all Europe marches. The great war has begun. For the children, it is explained on a small, oversimplified scale. The heroes and villains in miniature. Breakup of families, assembly areas, identification cards, passes, numbers, evacuation. The children's games are over. Their world has broken apart. Destiny command, and a generation of men goes off to war, leaving their kin and a whole way of life behind. With their sacrifice, the brave new era of Europe that promised so much in the days of their youth now comes to an untimely end.